If you want a center build that can shoot at a high level with Hall of Fame badges and can pick their spots on anywhere on the court while creating their own shot off the dribble, while being able to dunk on anyone with Legend and Hall of Fame dunking badges, you could literally right stick anything. And also, I forgot to mention that this build gets Legend, Rebound Chaser, and Box Out Beast, which allows you to grab anything that comes off of the rim. Okay, so this build could shoot, dunk, and grab rebounds at a high level. He probably has no defense. That's wrong. This build gets Hall of Fame Paint Patroller and even Legend High Flying Denier if you want to go that high. But this build, it's a no-fly zone. You cannot come in the paint. It works well for me. I already know how this defense is on this game, and I'm sitting pretty good with 1.5 steals a game and 2 blocks. Now this build even has a dribble bag. I'm going to show you guys. I know you guys are seeing in the clips, but I'm going to show you guys how I even achieved this. Now, whether it be, you trying to create your own shot, or you even just grabbing the rebound and trying to be out on the break, this build can run the break. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to make this right now. Now, I'm not even going to waste too much time. Let's get in the builder and make this build.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That's tough. I'll give you that.
What's good, neighborhood? I'm back with another video. Now today I'm going to show you guys how to make the Giannis Centerkunpo build. Now this build I've been having so much fun on. This probably been my best center that I've made in a little while, and I see a lot of you guys running around with bad centers, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually make a good one. So this build, Giannis right hand, that doesn't really matter. So for the positions, we go with a center. Now I know I could have went power forward if I really want to make Giannis, but for the sake of this video, I made him a center because I play pro-am and stuff. So this is kind of like a pro-am center, but at the same time it could run power forward if it wants to. So we went with a 7-footer, and he's 234, and we maxed the wingspan. Now the reason is for that 99O board, 99D board, it's interchangeable with any way you want, and at the same time we do get that 83 strength as well. So that's why we went 234. I would have went lower weight, but I wanted that 83 strength because I know as a center you're gonna need a little strength at least. So for the close shot, we went with a 73. Now this close shot, like, I'm not making this build for a close shot, it's just kind of, it goes up with my other attributes. And driving layup, we went with a 70, right? Honestly, with my future cap breakers, I'm gonna put up my layup even more, probably get like an 84, 86, but for now we're just gonna be sitting at a 70. So for the driving dunk, we go with an 87. Now the reason I went 87 and not 89 is because one cap breaker gets you up to an 89 driving dunk, so we're just gonna use one cap breaker right there. And the standing dunk, we go with an 88. Now the reason you go 88 is because that takes 2, so we already jot down, we have 3 cap breakers that we got to use. We go to 53 post control. This goes up with my other stats. And for the mid-range, I know the mid-range is kind of low for a lot of people, but it goes to a 60 because we pick shooting specialization, and then a 70 3-point shot. Now honestly, I don't really have too much problems with the mid-range. As long as you're shooting them open, you can make those middies. And for the 3, as long as you're open, you can make those 3s. Now for the 3-pointer, I think you can drop it to maybe like a 50 something and put more cap breakers in. But the way I have this build set up is specifically for how much cap breakers I have, so that's why I went with a 70. It takes 2 cap breakers to use to get it to a 78, and that's all I need, honestly. 85 free throw. I play a lot of pro-am and 5v5 modes, so I'm gonna need my free throw. For the pass accuracy, we go with a 87. Now a lot of bigs are using like 87 pass, maybe even 93. 87 I feel like is a sweet spot for me personally. I don't really have too much problems there, and it's been working well for me. Ball handle, we keep it at a 52. Now you're gonna see with cap breakers why we leave it at a 52. You're gonna see. And for the speed with ball, we just put it to a 40, just a light 40. Interior defense, we go with an 80. I feel like a lot of people stop here, but I went with 80 just to be safe. I feel like 89 and 99, there's no point of 99, but 89 is all right. It's a good threshold, but I feel like 80 is just fine for me. I don't really like see too much issues. You're gonna get dunked on regardless. It doesn't really matter. We go with a 66 perimeter defense. It goes to a 67, but we just put it to a 66, and then a 60 steal just for interceptor, because you're gonna need it as a big. People throw a lot of lanes to you, and you're gonna want to be able to pick them off at times. So that is how it goes for kind of the defense. And then the block, we put it to an 88. Now 88 block gets the job done. I don't think you need a 93 or 99. I think 88 block is just fine. You get that, well, I gotta put up, you get that silver paint patroller that you could +2 and get it to half. And then high flying denier, it's gonna eventually go up to gold, so you're gonna pretty much be just fine if you put up your stats properly. Offensive rebound, we go to a 90. Now this is interchangeable. I know a lot of people go 99 board, but I'm gonna tell you guys something. When I see people with a 99-0 board, I see food, because their defensive rebound will be like sitting right here at 80, and I'm just like, yo bro, like, you're not gonna be able to grab rebounds. Like, yeah, you might have that badge, but I'm telling you, you need the stat for it. Defensive rebounds are so important. I feel like offensive rebounds are good, but it shouldn't be prioritized over defensive rebounds. You're gonna want to be able to grab it. So we go with a 94. We're going to put 5 cap breakers here and get it to a 99. For the speed, obviously your center, you need to max that speed at all times, every time. Max the agility, so 72, 62, and then we get an 83 a strength, for that silver brick wall. I feel like if you want to go for higher, you can, but I feel like it's not necessary, and it's not needed, right? And then you just max the vertical, goes to 83. You can get it to 85 if you want, but I don't really see a purpose in it. I feel like this is probably like the perfect way to make the build, and it's cool. Like I've been having so much fun on this build, and you're probably thinking, how are you dribbling? Like, what are you doing? Oh, my bad. You're probably thinking, how are you dribbling? Like, how you even get a situation like that? I'm gonna show you guys with cap breakers. Anything is possible. So we get shades of Marcus Camby, Joel Embiid, and Alperen Sengun. I feel like this build is none of these guys, but 2K is gonna 2K. So instead, I'm going to switch my build over onto my main guys so I can show you guys all the cap breakers and what I did with them. All right, you guys, so this is my main build, my Centerkunpo build. Now, as you could tell, I am starter 5, so I get those extra 3 cap breakers. So you get one, let's go through everything. So you get one at starter 5, and then you get one at starter 3, and then you get 3 here. So that's 5 cap breakers. So if you do not have these cap breakers, you're gonna have to kind of thug it out, but you should have a few to where you're good, plus the 2 for the season. So at this point, I put 2 on my driving dunk, which is just a +2, and then I put 2 on my standing dunk to get it to a 90. If you want, you can kind of tweak stuff to get a 90 standing dunk so you can eventually get a 95, but I just went with this because I felt like this was the best play for me, because I wasn't going 95 regardless. And you can see with the driving layup, eventually I can get this up pretty high, to the point where it is like another element to my bag. 78, 81, 84, 86. I'm gonna get an 86 driving layup if I do put 5 on it. So I put 2 on my 3-pointer to get it to a 78, and then I went with a 99 board, putting 5 on it. You get that 65-60, you get that Giannis cross, you basically get all the Giannis's animations. And I'm telling you, what you have to do with Takeover, up the speed with ball. So I go from, when I get level 5, I go from a 60 to a 75. You know how crazy that is? So my guy is flying around the court. Plus I have that poster machine, so I'm dunking on literally anybody. But you know, you can do passing. Now that's how I'm dribbling, and my +1s and +2s, this is how it works. So for my paint controller, I have it on +1, and the reason is because my rise up is +2. Like, you know, I'm dunking on everybody in the paint, and these are my 2 dunking badges. If this is Giannis, then my +2 should be on dunking. And I love that this build gets posterizer in the tier 2 slot because it just works out so well. Then you get high flying denier, Hall of Fame. If you want, like you don't have to go with, you know, a legend rise up. You can really just swap these 2 if you feel like you want to, you know, and get kind of like defensive badges. But I just went with this, and I went with silver interceptor. I'm telling you, just going from a bronze to a silver, there's a real difference, and my guy's stealing a lot more efficiently. Dimer, I mean, there's not really much +2s that, you know, I could really go with. Maybe in the future when I do get my layup up, I go with a float game, but for now we're just keeping it like this. I could do a movable enforcer as well, but you know, that's how it is. So for my I picked shooting specialization, as I said. That's why I got that 60 mid, and I just set shot and dead eye. That's all I gotta do, because those are the only 2 shooting badges that I could actually get. But this is my Giannis Centerkunpo build. If you guys want to see gameplay on this build even more than I have right now, because I only have a few clips because I just hit starter 5, just let me know. Like the video, comment what you guys want to see next. I have more builds. If you guys want to see them, just let me know. I'm out. Peace.